All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemanians. I had to do it again. It is this wonderful, beautiful Sunday afternoon, and we've got two matchups for you guys today. First, starting off with a Group C matchup in Red Panda Gaming versus OPRITIVZ, and then later on at 9 p.m. EST, we've got Fanatical Radiance versus Equinox Esports. But joining me for the first matchup, RPG versus OPRITIVZ, is going to be Fish. How are we doing today, brother?
Hello, I'm doing very, very good actually. I've had a fantastic day so far, and it should only get better. We're casting what should be a great match in RPG versus OPRITIVZ.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. This is going to be a banger for sure, Fish, because you know what? We know both of these teams. In a lot of the last games that we've had so far in this tournament, we've had at least one unknown face in every single matchup, but these are two teams that we have seen already in this tournament throughout actually the beta all the way through Cup 1 actually. So these teams not only were in last tournament, were in our beta tournament as well. So OPRITIVZ versus Red Panda Gaming. Two rosters that look slightly different though. Today, on the side of OPRITIVZ, Penguin's actually an emergency substitute, but we still do have Domain and Zayden, two players that we've seen last Cup. And then on the side of Red Panda Gaming, we do have Bando, but he goes by the name 5am Azumi these days, and of course, CJ. So talk to me how you're feeling about this matchup.
Well, it should be a pretty one-sided matchup. RPG have been looking extremely good just in the off-season. They've won multiple tournaments, and they've just been dominating every single sense of the game. And OPRITIVZ, they haven't really been looking too good, just from rank check again. RPG well being them there.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I mean, the thing about Red Panda Gaming is last Cup, if I remember correctly, a lot of these players were on the revamp squad, right? This was a revamp team. And so, yeah, looking at it here, honestly, I mean, Revamp very comfortably solidified their spot going into that playoffs in last Cup, and OPRITIVZ found themselves all the way at the bottom, and they were in that LCQ in last tournament. And the thing is, although they came out on top of that LCQ, you know, they ultimately couldn't find success in the playoffs area, which I think they went down a map and then they couldn't play their next map, so they ultimately had to forfeit. But nonetheless, the performances we saw from OPRITIVZ from front to back last tournament just wasn't good, to be quite frank. And so looking at this matchup, I quite agree with you. I think that Red Panda Gaming are taking this in dominant 2-0 fashion. We've talked about a lot of other matchups going to be close, but I think Red Panda Gaming is just taking it away. 13-5, 13-4. I don't know. What's your prediction here?
I can see it being a bit closer than that, but I agree with you, level 2-0, but we could always see an upset. Some of these players are prone to a bit of nerves.
Yep.
And the fast game being played could really be a deciding factor.
Yep. And with first game being played, I mean, this is where you got to set the bar, right? And the bar was set really low for OPRITIVZ in the last tournament, so I'm expecting them to show those improvements this time around. Now, it sucks because their opening match, they have an emergency substitute, right? So that's already, you know, a disadvantage for them on the side of Red Panda Gaming, who has all of their players here. And the thing about it is, in all the other matchups, I mean, I think in the Minjiverse Visualize, we had an emergency sub for Visualize, and it was CJ. And I think on Corner Campers versus Times, there was an emergency substitute in there as well. So, I mean, down but not out, and I want to see OPRITIVZ make that happen. Now, to speak a little bit about the roster, we've got Rox coming into place. We haven't seen him here in this tournament yet, and I'm excited to see the bar that he sets for this roster as well, because previously we've seen some pretty low performances from a lot of the OPRITIVZ players, and Rox is a new face here, and I got to play a little bit of ranked with him, and he does, you know, he seems to, you know, put some good kills on the board. He's got some good numbers. Other than that, I'm not sure how he shows up in the team play atmosphere and in the comp space. But any insight you can give us on the Red Panda Gaming roster?
Yeah, I've actually seen every single one of these players play, and every single one of them is quite good. Actually, this 5am Koyo person is just subbing in for today, not normally supposed to play. The roster isn't really at its full potential. I don't actually remember who's meant to play normally. But these new players in Ghosty and Snickerdoodle, both fantastic players on that Sentinel and Initiator role. They really can bring some fragging potential when they need it. And the coach in Flirty, I think we've seen her before. An absolutely fantastic coach, taking over the mantle from me because I got bored.
Yeah. Makes so much sense. Well, folks, we're ready to hop into the action, so we want to welcome you to VLE Challengers Cup 2, Day 4. challenger, you must always be in flow state. And to become a champion, you must ascend. Travel the road from challenger to champion. Go beyond your comfort zone or fall. Over here towards mid. From the shadows came through, but right now Hoopa with such nice shots into the round of fourth. Going through U-Haul, caught by the Cypher Trip, that's 3 hit. And right now Ekro looking to push through. He gets 4 on the round. Knights gets too far ahead of it, but there it is. Spray transfer comes through. The operator's close range. Going for the next one, and there it is. Shots come through. It's enough to take the diffuser down. And right now Mento's playing around it very well. He gets all of them. Jadico. Ooh, the spray transfer comes through, and that's 3 for Jadico. Score here. Shots are gonna come through the lineup. Ooh, he gets the clutch. There it is. All right, it's time to get into this map veto. Now, looking at it here, Icebox did get banned and Abyss. Now, we're starting things off on Haven with Red Panda Gaming. Now, looking at this, I mean, I obviously expect some super explosive gameplay from Red Panda Gaming off the bat. Haven, an attack-sided map, I think we can all agree on that. And I think we're going to see some some really big attacks coming from Red Panda Gaming, looking to set the pace of this series starting off. On the side of Operatives, they're on defense, right? And so if they really want to get ahead of this game here, we're gonna need to see some blitzes here, man. I don't know, Fish. They're gonna have to get in their faces. They can't let them, you know, take this momentum too early in this game. Honestly, starting on Haven, especially. What do you think about this?
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. I think Operatives, they're gonna have to fight, and they're gonna have to win these fights. Can't allow any momentum, otherwise it's gonna completely collapse in 2-0 fashion.
And they can't take them dry either. I got to see that utility usage. It's something that I harped on a lot about Operatives last tournament. I got to see some coordination with these initiators, the duelists. We can't be taking dry fights against, you know, Red Panda Gaming. They have good shooters on this team. We've got CJ, we've got Bando, 2 very proven players in this tournament. And I know we go over towards Sunset, and, you know, things look a little different there, Operatives, with that map pick. So I'm excited to see what they have prepped for that. And then Ascent is our decider here. So honestly, prediction for Haven, I think that Red Panda Gaming takes this every day of the week, but I'm really got my eyes on Operatives right now for sure.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think RPG gonna come out with a nice little win, but I'm excited to see what Operatives might pull out, and maybe even an upset.
Yeah. I mean, and an upset would be crazy too. What a statement to make starting off for them. An opening match against Red Panda Gaming and just completely pulling out an upset. I mean, that would be insane. Folks, we're ready to hop into the agent select here and get an insight as to how both of these teams are going to approach this map. Now, here we are already off the bat. We see that neon on the side of Operatives. And the thing is, we know that that's played on this map. We've got the Breach, Sova, Omen, Neon comps going on. And so, you know, maybe they're looking to play towards that. And on the side of Red Panda Gaming, some weird hovers here, but I don't want to get my hopes up too soon because we always get trolled at this stage here, Fish.
They're always trolling. I think the amount of times I've called something funny and instead they have 4 chambers in the cipher is unreal. I do think actually the only person I can trust with this is Kyoko on that Omen. Seems very likely. What I actually have been saying is not getting a top up. CJ's been telling me all week about how he's going to play Yoru. And I don't think it's going to happen. Given that he's just hovering breach right now.
I think it'd be interesting. If he were to play Yoru, I would expect that ISO, Sova, Cypher, Omen to be paired with it, as that is a comp that we've seen on this map. Particularly, I remember watching Fnatic play it.
Yeah, I played that comp many times, and it is really bad.
Here it is, though. We did get the... Yeah, that is the Yoru, yep. I see... There it is. The exact comp I was just saying there. The ISO, Sova, Cypher, yeah. And then on the flip end, we've got that Neon with the Sova Breach.
Yeah, a bit more of a basic comp for OPRITIVZ. A lot more explosives for RPG, and it's almost expected. This comp from RPG is going to fit them well. And it's all about the frags.
Yeah, and just based off the agent select alone here, Fish, I mean, it's exactly what I was expecting. What we were expecting here in the caster's booth is Red Panda Gaming are going for that very attack-sided, explosive type gameplay with that double duelist comp. And that's what I, suspected was going to come out. And OPRITIVZ looking to make things a little more standard. You've got that Sova Breach Neon. And so, honestly, with them starting on this defense, I'm looking for them to take some early fights, maybe get that Sova Dart over towards A lobby, try to get some Omen Paranoias, maybe even a Breach Stun, a deep Dart cover towards A lobby, and then just get a Neon run all the way up and just take that first blood, right? Or even a C push, something mid. That's what we need to see from OPRITIVZ this game. Get in their faces.
They're gonna need to be aggressive, and that's what looks like they have lined up here. I think it's just a recon dart, same towards A, and Domain on the Neon, ready to push up, try to break anything that's going on. Live into the game. We are actually seeing Rocks on the Cypher, which I didn't expect. X-Penguin, more known to be the Sentinel player. I even just finished stakes on what's on the... Let's see, I can't see it now. He's on the breach. So that's not really too.
And looking at it here, it looks like it's going to be a big battle over towards mid, starting off this game with only 5 seconds left on the clock as both teams get their setups respectively done. Got the Cypher tripwire, both extremities too, so you see how they're prioritizing that passive information over towards mid, but the B hit's gonna come through. Fake out goes right on through. You see him popping that shield here and pushing all the way towards this link position. They're looking to get in their faces right off the bat in this pistol round. The A link is coming right on through, and that is it already. 3 bodies dropping on the side of OPRITIVZ, and this is not what you want to see. Talked about it before this game. They're going to have to get in their faces, but on the flip end, Red Panda Gaming setting that tone, but Rox
Last player standing.
not quick enough to the trigger there. Pulling out the spy cam, looking for the shot. And Izumi taking out the last one there, and that's the first pistol round there for Red Panda Gaming.
Yeah, we're seeing CJ pulling just to fight and fight and fight, and that's really what we're going to have to be doing. They know they're better in the gunfights. They know they have more util to fight with. They know they can win these. And now with the gun advantage, it's just going to be another big throw. It looks like they're going to fight to mid. Now, just depending on how they take these fights, we could actually see a bit of a thrifty here. But I think they're just actually going to have Neon walk down with the stun.
Yeah.
And just go the only one there who can even try to stop him. They're just dipping back. The drone mid reclares everything.
Yep, and they know the hit's not coming through either. Now the reconnaissance taken over there towards A long earlier in the round. Red Panda Gaming looking to capitalize off that information alone, but OPRITIVZ, you see they're listening for that sound. They're already grouped up here, ready for that retake. Rox a little bit disconnected so far, but they might get into this one ahead of it. No flood coming through. Spike is going to get planted here by Red Panda Gaming. And right now you see Zayden looking for that Cypher lurk, and it is underway. Ghosty shooting out that tripwire, and that goes ahead and confirms things. He turns around, gets ready for the retake. Doesn't matter because Rox, he's on the case, and that's it. And now the retake's ready to commence here. Dark cover's coming right on through. 45 HP on Zayden, looking for a shrouded step, but not going to come through. Here's the recon bolt. Back Invading into things right now. CJ already landing off the first two. Make that three with the Bulldog on this round so far. Rocks with an answer onto the head of Izumi with the Sheriff. Looking for another 31 HP, but Snickerdoodle getting the job done. And that's round 2 for Red Panda.
CJ is really popping off. The IGL and the Fragger, maybe he did actually practice Yori a lot. Probably saw in that Lotus game. Now RPG with the gun at disadvantage. And I want to see how these fights can be paired out. Choosing to force up on the Vandal, but I think Snicker can buy the next round, so it's all fine. Even if they lose this round, they'll have a win. They'll have a fight. But I'm sure they'll win anyway.
Go, go, go!
And we're getting a similar look that we got from the pistol round here. It's coming towards this B site, and they're planting for one of the links too. You cannot protect that spike from main, so presumably RPG gonna play on site into this retake. But Dimensional Rift already coming through from CJ. Looking to get the information towards A-Link. This time they're not aggressing into it though. You see the counter utility come through, but Penguin gets one with the aftershock out of nowhere. Lands a second one. And right now, 3 left standing for Operatives. Definitely a doable scenario. Penguin down on low HP. Fragging right through the smoke there, and right now Izumi with all the heat towards back site. Gets the first kill.
One enemy remains.
Recovers the shield, and that's it. Bando doing all the work back site. And Domain, not enough left in store, and Red Panda Gaming has handled that so well.
Yeah, you said it handled well at the end, but I just want to talk about the mid round. We saw a little bit of trap play. This Yoru Dimensional Drift trying to get all the way to CT spawn. But it's just a complete whiff. I'm seeing a bit of strategies collapsing, but then they're saved by Bando. And he's in the run anyway, and it's RPG and fantastic momentum. And Operatives already not looking good into it. You said it, and they need the momentum. I needed it quick. And this is not a good way to start off.
Yeah. They're already taking deep control of this mid space right now. And so Operatives have a decent idea of how they want to play this defensive side, but so far the engagements just haven't been going their way. Snickerdoodle landing one out in the smoke there through garage, and that's it. I mean, that's all she wrote for him there. It completely takes him out of the equation for this round, but Domain landing one in the Ghosty with the classic. He does recover Vandal here. Aldron going to clear things out, confirming he's towards this garage space, looking for a lurk, but not quite coming through. Aldron activating things coming into this, but Red Panda Gaming, as every other round, looking to play onto the site, and all the bodies drop at once in a 4th round for Red Panda Gaming. And this starts to make things look very dangerous for Operatives' economy.
Don't give them time to reposition.
Yeah, Operatives gonna be able to have another full buy here, but just look at the Red Panda game money. The lowest player can even buy another rifle. And it's looking so good for them, and all the momentum. It's fully onto there. Maybe I'm trying to adapt. We saw in the last round, RPG was heavily favoring this B in this mid area. And the Cypher had a bit of a trap play ready for it.
Yeah, and I love the look that we're getting from Red Panda Gaming this round. A bit of an explosive setup over here towards A. You've got that Yoru, able to take those lurk positions and maybe even just get this Cypher inserted too. It's a very good mid-round objective to have with that Yoru. A kit. It really allows for that misdirection, and we see them utilizing that to their advantage. And CJ, he's always been known for that staple too on the agent, but Bando, Izumi rather, taking fights over towards B by himself so far. And it's looking like they're looking for him to be the win con, taking down any potential rotations early, but he turns around at the wrong moment and takes him down. And right now, once again, player deficit here for Operatives going into the retake.
Go, go, go!
Operatives, they can't really do much into this retake. They don't have the numbers, they don't have the util. They don't really have the aim to make a dream happen. X-Penguin alone, fully blind, and all 4 players of Red Panda Gaming running up to him. You get 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh! What?
You can get the ace, but I don't think he has time.
I mean, the shots were so clean. He doesn't have time to defuse, but Penguin has completely laid out everyone on Red Panda Gaming there. Wow. And the thing about that right there, Fish, is the only thing you can get out of that is confidence, though. A bit of a confidence booster, because that doesn't even mean much towards the RPG economy. Look at them. They're sitting real healthy right now. They're up 5-0, and man, what a nice attempt from him, though.
A fantastic attempt. And even just a very, very unfortunate fail.
Yeah.
Acer does give him the breach ult. It does mean he's comfortably on the team's top scoreboard. Helps his economy quite a bit. Being able to force no rifle, the Guardian up here. But unfortunately, he's just on the complete other side and not able to help his team in the slightest.
I must wait a moment.
And Rox, he's alone with the Sheriff, man. Oof.
I don't know, they saw him with just a random spam, but he's gonna fall down. Now we're seeing the 1v1, Panda versus Timely. Panda obviously gonna win that, not even a tick of damage taken. Rest of RPG just choosing to fight, they're not scared of them at all. And CJ still one tap with the ace hero last round.
Last player standing.
And Bando clearing up the third and the second. It's fantastic from RPG and they deserve this 0-6 lead.
Yep.
All the momentum is towards them. And the
yeah, that
flaws in the
6-0
last
lead.
round.
That 6-0 lead looking so good.
Yeah, and the flaws in the last round boost their already fantastic economy. And Operatives, not even with that great of a buy.
Who's next? Scanning ahead. Nowhere to run!
It's actually a really, really weird call from CJ. The spike is down mid. And Snickerdoodle and CJ, just with any support they can, just choosing to fight and fight.
Oh!
Domain.
Goodness.
Nice play. Snickerdoodle's gonna get one back.
Player standing.
That's the third back. Seaside completely open, now there's fighting
Oh.
Domain with a shot. Could be winnable
Spike
here.
planted.
Just gonna choose to save, maybe go to heaven. Frost. Go see the one to take contact and Koyo. The one to take it out.
I have to mention there, I love the synergy that Red Panda Gaming went for there between the Yoru and the Sova. You had that dimensional drift going towards A-Link and the Hunter's Fury from Snickerdoodle to land on to the enemies that CJ was revealing there. So really nice uses of both of those kits, the ultimates, rather. And so, I mean, Domain looked really good going into that. He was hitting the shots, and this is where you start to see the mechanics have to come out from Operatives, because, I mean, right now, Fish, the biggest narrative we see here is not only is Red Panda Gaming just outplaying Operatives in every way strategically, but they're also winning the gunfights.
Yeah, you're completely right. There's one Operatives player who is positive, and that is a sub and X-Penguin. And of course, that just speaks to the AC guard. Take that away, it's still very, very well negative. Zayden, even 0-7. Dang, every single round.
Spike planted.
As the spike gets planted, Operatives' chances to win this round are dwindling and dwindling. It's still on Rocks to make a hero play here.
Standing.
And Zayden, he's gonna fall
Caught one.
more pressure and maybe even go for the ninja defuse. I think so, he's gonna try.
Cage triggered.
Taps the bomb just a bit too early though, needs to
way.
wait.
No way. Yeah, he doesn't
Okay,
have time to get that. Okay.
And there.
I didn't bring
We
a
do a
snack.
little trolling.
Did anyone bring a snack?
I mean, on the plus side, it's made RPG a bit more nervous, almost throwing away the round. They're sure they won this far flawless. It's 13-0. Operatives choosing to finally fight for A main. Maybe deciding that they need these gunfights and they need to win them in order to get around the board. An 8-4 half is still salvageable. With the buy they have, it's not looking too good. No force buy. But Zayden on this Bulldog, not even electing for the full shields.
distraction.
And there it is once again, Izumi. Looking to make things happen here in the kill contract. It's going to be a 1v1 with Rox. And this time, Rox winning it out. Nicely done from him, and you see the rest of his team protecting him. So right now, that is the duelist, or one of them on the side of Red Panda Gaming taking down, but CJ did have an answer for that. Retake going to get commenced here. Rolling Thunder comes right on through, confirming nobody here onto the site. Right now, it's Spam Fest over from C Long, but two go down out of nowhere. Aldrone clearing out the player onto the spike. You've got a rewrap in Garage the one way. Too much for Timely to deal with. Full utility and Ham Paranoia coming through, but Ghosty landing the shot before it even has the hit. And that's 9 on the board for Red Panda Gaming.
Helped it, even with the man advantage, they just can't get anything done. The timeout looking to be way too late. Actually gives Flirty a chance to talk here. Chance to maybe change some stuff in the Red Panda Gaming camp. But what really needs to happen, this is a change of operatives. And what do you think that's going to be?
I mean, to be honest, on the side of Red Panda Gaming, I don't think there's anything that's got to change. But for operatives, I mean, I saw them try to take that fight. I liked it. They had the overdrive. You know, they had a breach stun come right on through that set play they did like 2 rounds ago towards C Long, but it still didn't go their way. So, to be honest with you here, Fish, I think the players simply just need to lock in. They just have to get their mechanics in order because there's some rounds they seem to have the answer, but still lose the gunfights. Even when they put themselves in advantageous positions, bodies just drop left and right. And so this is a moment for them to mentally reset and just get their mechanics in order, focus on their crosshairs a little more, you know, get that mentality stable because, you know, this is a time that you can start to tilt. And it's only the first half. Get these 3 rounds right here. Like you said, 4-8 is salvageable, but 3-9 still is as well. And we've seen that scoreline come back time and time in this game. So this is their chance to make it happen. But if there's any time, it's now.
And I completely agree with you there. Operatives definitely need to change. And just to point out, I don't think many of them even warmed up for this game.
Cover going out.
Plays getting on exactly when they needed to.
I'm out of here.
It could be why the mechanics are lacking.
Next.
But at least here, Operatives might be able to get another fast blood here. Little timing. A kill. Onto Ghosty could be it.
Yep.
Tough. Oh, maybe not. Domain trades the kill. The Bandit got back earlier. And X-Penguin so low. And it's the complete collapse of A-Link. Given the numbers in CJ so far up, this round just isn't doable in the slightest. No chance to even think of clearing this. Domain, give me the one to take first contact. Never mind. So he's going to peek in a bit of a whiff. Still gets the frag. 10-0 for RPG.
The dimensional fabric here is thin.
Yeah, and I mean, that timeout just wasn't enough to get the answer there for operatives. I love that they tried to get that mid-set play going on, but I want to take note to Izumi, and the positioning that he had was actually over towards that box, and operatives prioritized window side of mid, and so Izumi was able to actually sneak past them and go up towards B and take a couple of engagements there, and that honestly completely put a wrench in their plan.
Decoy.
Hey, you're completely right. And here we're gonna see a bit of a take in a Snickerdoodle to get one through the smoke. An X-Penguin getting one back. Operatives have really just been putting the pressure on Ghostly, the man on the cypher. He's gonna be trying to do so much. They even walled off. Kind of preparing. But they didn't want to clear it. Remind Domain trying to clear it. And now we're gonna see another fight. X-Penguin with a bit of a whiff there, not able to get the kill on Ghostly. And all of that happened, site is just collapsed. But it's settled into a 2v2 situation here. Our 2v1, all on Bando to keep this unbeaten streak going. It's a recon dart. Recon dart and a bit of spam. He's even gonna lose the fight. Operatives finally getting one on the board. And maybe just one round is enough to start a comeback.
Yeah, nicely done there from Timely as well. Stalling out that fight with Izumi for enough time for the Sova to rotate. Or the breach, rather, but it wasn't needed. I do want to note real quick that, I mean, Ghosty on the side of Red Panda Gaming is always a thorn in the backside. He understands that operatives are going for so much aggression this game, and it looks very similar most of the rounds too. So you see him just sticking around here towards the spawn and just killing people left and right. So at some point, they're going to have to get reconnaissance in these entrenched positions when they go for these pushes. This time, much more aggressive spy cam there towards mid. Looking for some early answers. Penguin going for the dry peek on the breach, but gonna opt out of that one.
Yeah. RPG moving over to this A-link area. Or the A area in general. Only rocks to defend it. I think he's gonna get spotted by this drone. Yeah, gun spot at least. I know he's there. And CJ cross the placement. On him exactly, and his Penguin to peek, trying to get the trade, but CJ's too good with it. The Jiggy Snap takes off his head, and Domain falls in mid. And now, RPG investing every ult ever into killing Zayden. And the half ends 11-1 in favor of RPG.
Switching sides.
It's complete demolition. Demolition. One round consolidation for OPRITIVZ. So maybe that's what they need. Might be cooking very much on this attacker-sided. Attacker-side. This map is attacker-sided. Called my word there. But maybe they could do something here. Talk about
Maybe.
Going for a bit of a mid push. Double duelist comp, it does need to push a lot. And if they can win this pistol, this game is as good as done.
Time to jump.
And I do love this look right now too, not getting too aggressive. And they're looking for the plays to come out. It's a good call from the IGL on the side of OPRITIVZ, but the fight is still taking place over towards mid. Snickerdoodle and Garage, Sheriff in hand. They take a warning shot and leave off the back of that one. Ghosty looking to be the next point of contact as the take is coming over here towards B. In the A-link position, goes for the first shot. Not going to land it here. The relay bolt does land onto him. They're not going to capitalize off it just yet, but they do kill Snickerdoodle. Low HP on the side of all of them, so it's definitely possible here. Stun comes right on through. Double swing, and that's it. Zayden, 3 on the round, and there's the pistol for OPRITIVZ.
Pistol. Chance gonna come back. 2-11 now. Gain advantage in the half, and how long can they keep this going for? I do actually have a nice buy here. A rifle and a couple of specters and a stinger. With the Sheriff and Rox maybe choosing to see what he can do with it. And Rox, he's a great player. If he has the aim to prove it, this round could fall. Oh well, not fully have an advantage in it. Tucker Rox with the Sheriff, gets one onto Snickerdoodle, and CJ not clearing his angle. Gives one more to Domain.
I will say, I love right now the pace at which OPRITIVZ are taking this attack right now. Saw it on pistol. Playing slow, playing the spawn. They know that Red Panda game, and they're up, 10-1 or 11-1 off the half, right? And so they're thinking they're double duelist comp. They're going to go for these fights, of course. Not only are they up, they're playing the comp for these fights. And so they play back a little bit and look for them to force out mistakes. And this round they did the same thing over there towards C. Azumi takes one down, but still caught out in the open. Kyoko and Ghosty left to do the damage, but Recon Bolt going to confirm both are there. And right now, the only thing that Red Panda Gaming can look for in this retake is damage.
Yeah, you said it. Just damage, and maybe dive the spike, and Domain gonna be spotted.
One enemy remaining.
And Ghostly, he's gonna be one to going down. Oh. Coco falling to the safety of the smoke. But unfortunately, a bit of spam through it. It's gonna take him out. 3-11. And if RPG want to end this quickly, they're gonna have to win this round. Otherwise, this comeback can be truly and well beyond. I always bring it up when it's 3 admin, but we've seen comebacks like this happen before. RPG choosing to fight for A main, but the spearhead in Yoru isn't there, so it's a bit delayed. But it doesn't matter if they delay them that much. JJ trying to peek, using the decoy like fake footsteps. Don't know if you guys are, well, that old and that new to the game, but for the Yoru rework, that's what the decoy was, some fake footsteps. Right. Advantage for the side of RPG. An operative choosing to go much slower, but the spam has been noted. And all these positions kept the exact same. A lot of info for RPG choosing this drone to try and re-clear A. But the drone seeing only one. And it is Zayden, but all the steps have been heard. And surely RPG know it now. Not to rotate. Snickerdo a fantastic shot. Domain is peeking a bit too early. And Izumi, the spam back. He's gonna walk straight into smoke. He's gonna be spotted. Falling down with Snickerdoodle. The hero of the round, game 3. And Operative's chance for a comeback diminishes just like that.
Their winter has come. Ready them.
And I mean, the setup that they had there late round here, Fish, just is a testament to how confident this roster is right now. You had a player over towards short standing out in the open just ready to take that duel towards the neon. And then you had Izumi just running right into the smoke there looking for gunfights. I mean, when you have that level of confidence in a series like this, especially the opening match where the bar needs to be set for both of these teams, I mean, when you're on the side of Operatives, it just doesn't look too good.
Scanning ahead.
You said it well.
Things.
RPG so confident. They're gonna confidently walk up into this A area.
CJ. Just off that information alone, you know it's not an A hit. Lots of noise made over here towards C. And we are on map point right now. Looking to do the damage. Ghosty trying to lock down onto the site, but not enough done. Izumi opting not to come through the smoke this time, but Domain takes him out through the dark cover.
Player standing.
And all the bodies drop within a matter of seconds. CJ left by his lonesome to try to get the clutch as possible, but it doesn't happen. A flawless from Operatives. What a response there.
There you go. Another round on the board. And on the bright side, Operatives, they do look very dangerous on the stack. I don't know about this comeback, but they can at least take that into account. Beating RPG on this attacker half, 3-1 so far. And RPG forced onto the eco because of that.
Here.
To be honest, I don't think RPG have actually practiced this comp that much. They don't really seem to be playing it too well on this defense. Not really using that Yuto to the advantage. As Izumi walks down mid, it's Rox. Take him out. But CJ is very deep. He's gonna take the fight against Rox, trading him out. He's gonna get the gun and completely leave. Now that is the advantage of Yoru. Can't do anything about that. And Operative's still worried about his presence. Obviously not hearing the TP. Now, CJ walking all the way through mid. Snickerdo to follow him up.
I'm back.
So much noise on the CXQ. CJ getting one on the bank. And Operatives, they completely cornered it. Completely sandwiched this final round. The only space they had is garage.
Spike planted.
But I don't think they even know that.
Take flight.
CJ actually leaving Snickerdoodle completely alone.
Right.
They aren't gonna know that. And now all the positions are noted. And that blind comes out. It's just an Operative to win these 1v1s, and that's what's going on so far. Getting a round advantage and fighting into this garage
One
space.
enemy remaining.
Not shot.
There it is. Love the work on the overdrive there from Domain, and I mean, that retake was already very unlikely just considering the buy from Red Panda Gaming, and also seeing that the folks on the flank were going down and they were blocked off behind the dark cover at CT for so long. It just gave Operatives so much time to set up in comfortable positions in that post plant. And looking into this round now, we've got another rifle round coming out from RPG, so what I expect to see this round is them closing out the map. And you're absolutely right. They are not playing this defense very well to their advantage with this comp. And to be honest, that could either be partially indicative of the fact that they haven't practiced it enough, or that Operatives really do have an answer.
You're completely right. We're seeing the ice one for timely to beat out Izumi. Now the chances to end this map right here has got even lower. It's on CJ exploring around this A main area to try and clear up numbers. Domain, take contact. And Jaws strikes. Domain falls. CJ sets it back into the 4v4 scenario. And Operatives, they love going to the C area. Choosing to go for it again. And now, the real retake. It's finally going to be checked. Taylor might have seen Ghosty there. I'm not too sure. But Rox, he's hard whiffed. Snickerdoodle gain one, and Snickerdoodle he gained two. It's completely over. Rox, nothing you can do here. Shock Dart eventually takes him out. An RPG killing the first round, or the first map. Well, exactly. 13.
I mean, that right there, Fish, what we just witnessed was so dominant from Red Panda Gaming. Now, of course, on that defense, they didn't have as many answers as they did on attack, but to be honest, closing it out in that 13-5 fashion, really good. And I want to mention here, we're pretty much on track to what my prediction was. I did say 13-5, 13-4, so hopefully next map we might see a little something there. But now, Operatives, of course, they didn't have the answer. Now, this was Red Panda Gaming's map pick. So, going into our next map, I'm excited to see what Operatives have planned on Sunset, because to be honest with you, this is the map they're going to need to throw it all on the line. Pull out everything from the deepest parts of the strat book that you have, even in your opening match, because it just wasn't working here on Haven.
Yeah, you're right. Operatives couldn't find the answer. Well, when they really needed it on this attack car, eventually going 0-10. When they got the round, they did actually look good. If you just start from their round win, they're actually winning at 5-3. So not too bad. Maybe a bit of momentum that could fall for them onto their map pick on Sunset. It's all really about the strat and the prep work now. Sunset, obviously, it's being changed quite soon, actually. So, making it your desired map, and the map you pick, where maybe you think all options are available, it's not the greatest goal, but let's really see what Operatives can do with it.
Yeah, and I mean, just looking at the leaderboard here too, I mean, it's just a masterclass from both duelists on the side of RPG, and even Snickerdoodle following up with the incredible initiator gameplay. 112 econ rating, I mean, is a very impressive stat line to have, and you know, that alone is also indicative of just how good they did. So dominant on that attack half. And so now when we bring things over to Sunset, which I believe is a little bit more of an even map when it comes to talking about whether it's attackers or defenders sided than Haven, I want to see Operatives take these fights again. I love the confidence we saw from them here, Fish, to be honest with you. I wasn't expecting it. I think it's something they definitely should have done, and they did do it. You know, before in their matches during Cup 1, they didn't take fights like that. They didn't go super aggressive. They didn't get in your face. They played very passive most of the time, especially on defense. And I believe that a lot of the times when I was on the caster's booth with Wild Ray, we talked about that, right? You can't stay on the sites in these entrenched positions and just let the attack come to you. You have to bring a wave of energy, you know, before they can get to these extremities. You have to use that utility. You have to take those fights, especially when you're playing a comp with that Breach and that Neon. You have so many tools in your toolkit to be able to take these, and they did exactly that, but the guns just weren't shooting. And I think you mentioned, You don't think there was a warm-up happening. So between these two maps, I'm looking for these Operatives players hop in that range, get the aim labs going, little aim lab shoot around during this 5-minute intermission, and just get their mechanics back on track, because there were some nice moments. Penguin had that ace moment. The shots were nice. He didn't win that round, but it was really nice. Domain, you know, he was really flicky here and there, and, you know, Rocks with a really nice mechanical performance as well. I expect to see them just make this even better on Sunset, to be honest. That's one huge missing link for this roster right now.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just talk about Sunset. It's actually a fantastic map for RPG, so maybe Operatives not looking forward to playing it.
Yeah, might have shot themselves in the foot with this one.
Well, they picked it, so
Yeah.
they seem for it. You gotta do something to it, surely.
Oh, it has to be. 100% it has to be. That's another thing we talked about on the caster's booth as well, is prep work. What prep work are we going to get out of Operatives here? Because, I mean, I saw some pretty cool things there, that map, but it wasn't convincing enough. And so going into Sunset in their map pick, I'm expecting to see that difference here. But with that momentum being that heavy on the side of Red Panda Gaming, you got to come into this match winning pistol. I'm sure that's exactly what Operatives are talking about together, is we got to win this pistol round, we got to lock in, you know, and we got to get that momentum off of round 1. Get the confidence back into the server. And with that being said, folks, we're going to throw it to a 5-minute intermission, and we'll see you on the other side. All right, welcome back from that nice quick 5-minute intermission. We got some time, folks, to breathe over here on our side of the caster's desk and get some water going, and we hope you did too, because what a match we just saw. Now, taking things over to Sunset for map 2, and you know, we talked about this fish during the post map of Haven. We expect this to again go RPG's way. You had a little bit of insight, and RPG are apparently very good at Sunset, but this is Operative's map pick, so do you think that this might be a little closer, at least in this Haven game?
Maybe a little bit closer. If they prepped properly, then it should be. But just for a little prediction, I think it might stay the same. 13-5 again.
Yeah.
Maybe even a little bit less, just off the momentum that RPG are going to have into this.
And I mean, Sunset's one of those maps you simply just don't want to go in a big deficit from the beginning. I mean, any map you don't want to go, you don't want to, get run over by your opponents at the beginning, but Sunset, especially in particular, being a more balanced map, it'd be a little more alarming, right? If I'm on Haven and, I'm on defense side and, we're having a hard time getting these mid rounds figured out, it's acceptable to a degree, right? Especially for a team like Operatives, who we know don't have a lot of prep work in general, especially with the team that they have coming into the roster today. But Sunset, if you're getting that run over on your defense side, then that means way bigger things, because it's a more balanced map than Haven in terms of being attacker or defender sided. And so I expect them to bring out the Cypher here. I expect to see the Sova Breach, maybe the Neon again. We might get the same exact comp actually that we had here on Haven. They played that Omen Cypher, Sova Breach, Neon, and that is a comp that we've seen also played time and time again on Sunset. And I think that when I was on the cast with Storch the other day, we talked about a one-size-fits-all. And I think that the team that we were talking about with that was... what team was it? Celestial Titans. Celestial Titans was the team we were talking about, how it's got this like one-size-fits-all type of deal, and I think that Operatives might go for something like that, to be honest with you, here on Sunset. And so I'm looking to see them be a little more comfortable on this map.
Yeah, no, I'd really hope they're more comfortable on this map. You said it, with just how it's more balanced. It can collapse really quickly, actually. Hopefully we do see something a bit more default from Operatives. You said it, same comp, maybe even again. Just for the side of RPG, I expect we'll see something a bit crazy. They always love to have something weird in this map. They've been known to even play Phoenix at some point. And, they are still, I said it, very, very good in this map.
Yep.
Operatives, they prepared hard. I've hoped
Yeah.
so.
And to be honest, looking at the, player comparison here just between CJ and Domain, CJ very dominant in this duelist role, so I expect to see him in a very, similar role here on Sunset, and Domain's going to have to step it up and win this duel, more often on this map, because this is where it comes down to it. This is like a single duelist map, and that's where we see this come out most of the time. Now, hopping into Agent Select here, we already see that Deadlock and Vice comp come out from the side of Operatives. What do we think of this one? That's different.
Okay. I am a very, very big fan of this double Senti comp with the Vice, but I think Deadlock is absolutely terrible. I don't think this is going to really work on paper. I don't think it's going to work in practice. And I don't really think they can make too much work of it. They're leaving their trips, their flashes, all to this Vice. Gecko, he's not very too good at flashing. And the Deadlock is really not going to get too much value than what a Cypher could do, or even an extra Initiator. They do have the Raze. Raze should be a bit better in this comp, being able to break trips. And obviously, keeping with the Omen. And we're finally going to see what the RPG comp actually is. A lot more basic. Double Initiator with this KO and the Fade. The Raze as well, and the Cypher. And I think both teams are going to be a bit surprised what they see actually.
Yeah. So both comps, something I didn't expect. So on the side of Operatives, that Deadlock Vice double Senti comp, I agree with you. I think Vice is a really cool agent, and I was really I couldn't wait to see them in the server here on one of these maps in this tournament alone, and so we're seeing that from operatives. I'm excited to see how that plays out. Now, on the flip side, didn't get to talk about RPG too much in that Agent Select, but I mean the Fade KO. Most of the times, and there's a lot of different configurations of initiators we've seen on this map, right? We've either seen the Sova Breach, we've seen the Breach Gecko, we've even seen like a Breach KO, Sova KO, time and time, but I've never seen the Fade KO. And so I'm wondering how that's going to work out for this team. And you don't got those Cypher trips that you have to worry about, you know, which I mean, they have the raise to deal with that anyway, but Fade KO, very interesting pairing that I haven't seen on this map, and I'm very excited to see how they utilize this.
Yeah, just a thought of it. A fantastic advantage of this face is actually what would be an unbreakable B main trip is actually completely unbreakable. The deadlock wall cannot be broken. Not the deadlock wall, the vice wall. Actually, double walls it up. Still, they don't really have any util to take space. I think that's what they're going to try to do here. A little bit of an A main push. Deadlock. Raze takes some contact. I think it's a small draft play in domain. Actually going to get in the corner. We might see actually, I think, Snickerdoodle. Just going to try and play a bit more contact though.
Yeah, and the attention looks like it's over towards A, but for both teams here. So we might start off this pistol round. It's a lot of the action here, and we're underway here, folks. Right now, series point for Red Panda Gaming. They can close it all out here. And hearing that this is a good map for them, I mean, operatives definitely on their back foot. Down but not out. They're going to have to really show something convincing here. Izumi baiting out the Vice Wall there, and you already see that causes a rotation from the deadlock on the side of OPZ. Walt still protecting that A main space, so they have nothing to worry about for the next few seconds here, but be destroyed pretty quickly in just a moment. And there it is. Mesh barrier is down. Domain looking to get ahead of it with the paint shells, deny the space momentarily, but look at Rock's device all the way through, and that's it. So far, very patient push from the side of operatives. Looking for answers. And coming into this pistol, we get a chance to see if any of this prep work is paying off, but Domain taken down onto the site by CJ. And that's the duelist on the side of OPZ into the retake. You do not have that option anymore.
Spike planted.
No utility on the side of the deadlock, only the wingman from Timely here. And so when you start to look at the utility and the way that it stacks for the side of OPZ, it's dwindling, but Penguin answering with the Sheriff, I mean, there it is. There, that's the second one. I mean, that's enough. You don't even need the utility if you're hitting shots like that. Penguin still making work of coming towards this backside position. Omen towards default in the swing from Penguin, and the flick off the back of it. Zayden looking for the answer, and that's it. What a nice pistol from OPZ.
Yeah, there we go. Opposite's getting the pistol. And now,
All is well.
a small advantage coming into this.
A momentary win.
Already doing better than they did last half.
Yep.
And to be honest, this double senti, it should do a lot better on defense. I was thinking about it and how this would work. And it should really just be very, very hard to lock down.
Listening.
Or very, very easy to lock down both sides. It shouldn't really have too much to play retake. But when X-Penguin, he's hitting shots like that, well, it doesn't really matter too much on this retake.
Rocks
Flash trap destroyed.
getting hit by the knife there.
Phone's down.
I have to back up, concede the space a little bit momentarily. And that was enough to make his walnut come up. Team fully coming out onto the site. The rifles
planted.
landing down. Bulldog making good work, but CJ, how does he get those two? Converts two of the classic onto the site. Shots, lots whiffed from Timely, takes her down to 20 HP. But right now, only two left standing for RPG, so stabilize this retake just a little bit more. Low HP on Izumi. Dizzy coming through, commencing right into this retake. Boombot follow up. Right now the tap's going to have to come through. Deadlock wall does not distort the vision, but it does stop them from coming right on through. Gravnet invested, looking for the mosh pit. And that's where you start to see those synergies coming through. One left standing, 4 HP. Not enough to handle it. Wingman going for that defuse, and there it is.
That's a very, very good second round for RPGs. They can't really be too sad about that. But OPRITIVZ getting the round win. And now they have a chance to get some more momentum into this bonus round. To be honest, so far, just in these past 2 rounds, they have looked like the better team. Maybe they did do a lot of prep, a lot of strat work into this. The more I see it, the more I'm liking what this Vice can do just on this map. Completely keeping control of this B site. And I'm wondering how this comp would change. Maybe it was just a Cypher instead of that Deadlock. But RPG already found the answer to what this Vice can do. A little jump peek, triggering the wall. And now the rest of the team moving towards mid, keeping Snicker inserted. And the way this angle cleared, it's not good for RPG. But still, coming up with numbers because of their better weapons. Now, they're ready to go onto this ace B site, actually. And all the numbers completely falling. As just a couple of 1v1s taken. And when you don't have those guns, you can't be doing that. It's Ghostly. Try to end the round out, but it's a fantastic shot from X-Penguin. Now grabbing the Vandal, the round seems very, very winnable. He gets spotted going for the flank. Flash. Half flashes him. He's gonna peek straight to CJ. And both its shots are whiffed. But CJ, he wins the fight. X-Penguin falls down. And the round finally on the board for RPG. Bit weird there, a bit more slow. Not really to the RPG style. Trying to get those picks. Trying to get those fast bloods. Which almost handed them in the previous round. In the previous games, actually.
And presumably looking to make things a little faster here. You've got a 4-stack over towards B. Knife comes through. There's the null command. Zayden looking for the answer quickly. And there it is, the Bucky. Landing onto the null command of CJ. Snickerdoodle getting taken down off the back of that as well. And Rock's here to support him as well. Right now, the fight really awkward. They're going to have to go for that res at some point here. And they do. Gun's not long range enough to do the damage. And right now, RPG have completely salvaged the situation. Getting it back to an even 3v3 right now. As everybody goes and resets.
X-Penguin is so far deep. He's heard CJ move. And he's gonna be ready to get this kill. I don't think CJ's ready for it. Yep, X-Penguin gonna take him out. Now the cool is just to go back towards the B site. Panda, he's walked inside, but Domain, he's too good with the shots. Takes him out. And it's the Coco sub for RPG, the one to try and stabilize around. Give RPG that 2-2 lead. As the peek onto Domain. Crosshairs is not really there. Domain gonna win the fight. Now they have a very, very good lead coming into this. A timeout gonna be called. And the first one from RPG in the entire series. Now, I've been a coach of what would be this RPG team for a while. And I know sometimes they don't really listen to timeouts. When this game is completely falling from them, I think they're going to have to. So, what do you think they're really calling in this?
I mean, right now they're going to have to pick up the pace. A lot of slow hits coming through from RPG. The way they're playing this, not very characteristic of what we saw from map 1. And, I mean, obviously you can't play the maps the same, right? We're on a different map here, different answers, different solutions to different questions, right? But at the same time, there's a momentum that they were able to get out of that first map and a mentality that they presented here in the server and embodied as a team that they're just not showing right now. I don't even think it's that crazy strategically. There's nothing much strategically they really need to do differently other than just go faster, get the mentality up, speed up here. Get that knife going. Come out towards B main. And I know they feel like they want to play slower here against this Vice deadlock comp, but I mean, the moment you jump spot that Vice wall, I mean, all is done on that B site. Rox hasn't really been doing much to shut down any execs on B, so they can take up that tempo on B. There are times they just kind of get choked down in that chokehold.
Here. Where are you?
I agree with that. I think they're giving the operatives just a bit too much respect. Respect the operatives don't really deserve. There's a jump spot on the wall. The thing about that is completely unpunishable. That's because that wall can't really spring through it unless you're just ready for it. CJ is incredibly far down mid tier. And be not ready for the fight. Timely. Getting our first kill of the game. Snicker trying to trade back. It's not going to do. What actually is going to happen is Izumi. Nice little 2k there. Completely clearing the B site for his team. And Ghostly is very, very far deep. So we're going to be on timing. I think we're going to see a bunch of delay you to away from. Here's the smoke, and I expect the nade will be soon. It's actually a little crossfire.
Izumi has done an incredible job opening up this round with those 2 picks on B. And that's what we were talking about. That deadlock utility's not doing enough to shut down the lurk potential here on this side alone. But Penguin looking to make a difference into this one. Does get the annihilation, and that's it. What a cleanup from OPZ. If you blink, you miss it. The deadlock ultimate coming through, and the shot's even better. Penguin was low HP there, Fish, for a few of those engagements. What a conversion.
I know you're completely right. It's a round he ripped straight from the hands of Al. Maybe he shouldn't have won it. But they have.
Yes, this should do.
Now, Fatty seemed a bit mad about that. Disconnecting, and there goes the RPG's coach.
Here.
Fortunately, not a player, so I don't think... Oh, never mind, we are going to need a bit of a pause here. Oh, bit of confusion, actually. BG don't really know
And as
what's
we
going
wait
on,
in this tech pause here, I want to talk a little bit about how RPG are playing this, Fish, because right now, this slow style that they're doing right now, it looks like they're not comfortable with that. And I know we were talking about how RPG have a lot of prep work on this map and they're really good at Sunset, but they look like they're out of their comfort zone with this pacing.
No, you're completely right. It's not really ready for it. I have no idea what's going on for this tech pause. What I do know, RPG, they're going to take this time, bit of time to talk, wait for their coach to come back, and they're going to slam this A site. Maybe choosing their B isn't the option, despite being able to get that site well. And they're going straight for this deadlock, who, for some reason, has all of his utility. There we go, first trip being placed. Here's the second. Oh, he's swapping it up. I just want to talk about operatives for a second. Despite this comp just being really, really bad on paper, they are playing it well. And
Yeah.
but I don't really think it's gonna last for too long. RPG maybe gonna try find the issue with it.
Yeah.
I think that issue is going to be towards the safe side. It's only X-Penguin, who, despite the aim right here, he's been very, very good. Holding us down.
All right, and it looks like we're ready to get back into the action here, folks. 5 seconds left as the teams get ready for their respective pushes here. And that's it. It's a quick hit over here towards that A site. The deadlock goes down before the sonic sensor even gets a chance to take Izumi. And so if the hit coming through, Haunt trying to confirm things, get ahead of this retake right now. And they're really trying to stop them in their tracks on that potential for the flood. and they've done that successfully so far. Right now, Operatives, only 4 left standing, but they do have that duelist. 3 ultimates in line as well. That Vice ult could come up huge, Thrash paired with it. And the only thing they have on the side of RPG is that showstopper. But Izumi is in the right place to make something happen with it. Gonna pop this at any moment. CJ helping him out, but the Thrash comes through. He had no gun to handle it either. And the support, it was good from the team. Bodies still dwindling for the side of OPZ. The numbers going down, the shots are labored, and he can't do the damage from Zayden. Top sight, and that's 4 left standing for RPG, and what a response.
Yep. I think RPG finally not showing any respect to Operatives, going extremely, extremely fast. And that's what's finally got them around on this board. Even investing a couple of ults into that. The Thrash and the Vice ult. I forgot what it's called actually. Do you know what it's called?
Which one? Oh, the Vice Ultimate?
The Vice ult, yeah.
I'm blanking on it.
Yeah,
She's
me
so
too.
new.
Whatever it was, it's still a fantastic ult. And a retake, they could have been won. They were just getting a bit unlucky there. What was it, a 3v5 at one point with CJ just spammed to the smoke? And now they're baiting, but talk about CJ, he's just come falling completely. And Izumi falling too. It's a low buy for the side of Operatives, but they're not making it seem like one. Now they're the one with a 3v5 advantage. Snickerdoodle peeking through, he's gonna be able to get one back. Now it's looking a lot better for them. Here's the thing about this deadlock. You don't know if anyone's gone towards this A site. And the site is now completely open.
Here.
With no one knowing about it. Those trips actually noticed. And now,
Tripwire destroyed. Cage
how can Ghostly hold down this area? By peeking through like that, there's a 2k. Oh, coming up. There's so much information known. Coco trying to peek through using that blind, stalling as long as she can. This peek. Domain needing to clear the angle. The smoke on sort point. And Coco, she's ready for a bit of spam and a little more spam. Takes us around an RPG. They've done what Operatives have done. Taking around, they really shouldn't have won.
Yeah. I mean, awkward engagements left and right there. Ghosty did everything that he needed to do for RPG and then some. Pushing over there through CT, getting 2 picks ahead of the OPZ retake. Completely stopped them in their tracks and ultimately won them the round. And even got the neural theft off the back of that, so very high impact play from him. And that round right there was half his kills too.
Yeah. When you're getting half those kills in that round like that, a round you shouldn't have won. That is very good. X-Penguin's gonna live for his life. Somehow. Now. It's time they completely stuck, but managed to get one actually. Snickerdoodle falling. X-Penguin. He's fallen too. The trade's happened, it's an RPG advantage. I just want to talk about Vice actually. She's not getting too much value now. The RPG have just figured out they can spam A. And because of that, she's not getting many kills. And she's not getting the Steel Garden, which that's what's good. Had to look it up. Not getting her ult.
There it is.
Yeah.
Steel Garden.
Actually, a very cool name. Should remember that. Operatives are looking completely unwinnable. Are lower by 3 Sheriffs versus 4 Vandals. And they're just choosing to die to Spike here. Maybe go for a Ninja, but I don't think they have enough time.
Yeah, and I mean, this is where you can start to see the pressure mounting for Operatives. They had all the answers early on in this game alone. And so this is a time where either pretty soon they take a timeout and try to reconfigure things they have going on, or just look for the answer this round here. Looking at the buys that we have, we've got an Evil Rifle round here, but looking at RPG, look at that economy. So much economy on their side, so this is a round win that OPZ are going to need to get if they want to make things look a little more even.
Yeah, I think their adaptation going to be to get way more towards this A site. Going back to throwing this normal wall. There's so much Yuto into this elbow area, but none of it's gonna hit domain. They do a little damage before getting out. But the fade on completely clears sight. It's only X-Penguin noticed by it. Now sight is open. Ghosty, he's in a position against Rox here.
Spike
Down in
planted.
mid, completely swapping the side, and Ghosty's the one to win it. He tried to rotate over in timely. And she has been noticed. Showing all this kerfuffle in mid. OPRITIVZ getting their retake ready. A big blind. Side of Zayden trying to be executed, but X-Penguin just a bit too ahead of it. Falling to CJ. And Ghosty finally winning his mid 1v1. And now it's all stuck on Zayden. Taken down. An advantage in this half to RPG. 4 rounds in a row from what looked to be a terrible start. And the OPRITIVZ economy is completely collapsed. Nothing they can really do there. Even ult-wise, they don't really have too much going on. Thrash and the containment. I think that's what that local is good. Coming up in 1. But they're actually in a bit of an adaptation here, going for a double sentinel towards A. And it's gonna be noticed. Vice spotted. And Spike moving towards his B site. I don't actually know if the stream can see it, but if you just look at the mini-map towards A, there's so much Yuto here. So it's clearly very much an adaptation to deal with this A main pressure. But it's leading to nothing. As Rox re-clears his A.
Sleep.
Domain is gonna fall on B. It's completely over. Izumi trying to go for a 1v1 against Timely, which Timely's gonna win.
Spike planted.
She might be shooting this game, X-Penguin, therefore, getting a bit of shots. And Zayden is actually gonna get a frag. Line went through and nothing to punish it. Now,
Thrash coming through, trying to initiate into this retake though. 4 bodies still standing for OPRITIVZ. Rox landing one down with the Bulldog, but CJ one to the head of Timely. Penguin also dropping. Rox landing the next one here, and there's no answer for Ghosty. Rox taking them all down, and there's a defuse to come right on through. An answer that OPRITIVZ definitely needed here.
it's a thrifty OPRITIVZ. Well, they can retake B like that. Why are they just playing double sentinel A? I think might be what they're going for. Nope. Vice going back to B. And it's all tied up. Yellow cult, just for those wondering, it's called Annihilation, not Containment.
Snuff them out. Cover going out.
Another adaptation for the side of RPG, going towards his B site. Now, it's being defended by this Vice, and he's got a Steel Garden ready. Yeah, just off any contact. And there we go. Somehow, RPG might have actually gone through with it. CJ, he's gonna have his gun up. He's gonna be the one that needs to take all these fights. Domain gets one more in mid, and now the numbers are even. 4-4.
And that null command coming through early as well made it so that the Omen on the side of OPRITIVZ just couldn't TP out. So he got caught out in the open there. And right now, it puts an awkward position for OPRITIVZ. Definitely doable though. Couple utility left in hand. Roomba gonna get cleared out here towards CT. Prowler comes through, and right now they are right at the front of their doorstep. Izuni just ready for any picks that he can get, but Timely gets him right off the side of the corner. Paint shells come right on through. Wingman not opting in for that defusal. Actually getting the information into market, but what a shot from CJ onto Penguin here. Completely eliminating him from any possibility here into this retake. And there's a second for CJ. Snickerdoodle through the dark cover onto the head of Timely. And that's round number 6 for RPG. And they're starting to shoot again here, Fish.
Yeah, you said it. They're starting to shoot, starting to win these 1v1s. They're starting to win this map. Run away with it. 5 rounds out of the last 6. And because of that, they got the lead here, 5-6. It's all almost because of that timeout. It was really, really good from RPG. Managed to get back, restore momentum, and get back to winning ways. X-Playing when whiffing on the camera a bit is gonna get spotted. Now, RPG can know that A only has this deadlock on it. Still, going for a bit more of a default, trying to see what they can get. Maybe trying to trip the wall a bit. Even just going towards this mid area, I think we're going to see the remnants of what should be a B split. Maybe even leaving all of mid, just a bit more fake pressure. It has left Zayden just looking there. And it's even gonna waste the smoke, going for a one-way.
Bring them down.
And he's gonna get spotted.
Showstopper comes through from Azumi. It didn't land onto anyone. He was opting for them to play into that spot there. But the C is going on to Rocks, makes things awkward once again at their doorstep. But Penguin, he's got an answer for it. Counter Showstopper comes through Domain, looking for an answer. And Operatives, they're going to have to speed up the pace here. They're going to have to make a name for themselves coming into this half. Do not allow them to get anything there. But CJ, what is that? 2 picks off the back of nothing. Where does that come from? And Zayden left by his lonesome out of nowhere. 1v3 scenario. Neural theft on the side of RPG.
I
Zayden
know exactly where you
looking to make a clutch happen here, but I mean, even if it doesn't happen, Fish, what a beautiful half from Operatives. Even though they're in that deficit, this is a much better look than we got on Haven.
You said a much better look, and they did look a bit better on this attack too. Operatives could really make something with this map. Actually, made me think it was quite a good idea to pick it. Still, not a big fan of the scump.
Yeah.
I just want to point out here, star player in the server, CJ is 17-6, while cooling for his team. Clearly, hasn't really messed up his aim too much still.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of his team's actually not having too great of his game. Only one his team member is positive, and that is Ghostly. He's 8-7. Now, A push reveals there's absolutely no one there. We're going to see a bit more of a B stack, which is exactly where the entirety of Operatives are. Domain taking first contact against Ghostly, not going to be able to get the frag. And now it's just ringing around the rosies as they get spotted. CJ with the first blood and Ghostly with the seconds. 2 collapse. Kyoko going for a kill there.
Last player
And everyone's spotted. Except Rocks. Now he's spotted. And now he falls. 8-5 in the pistol round. This time, it's won by RPG.
Yeah, and I mean, speaking of ring around the rosies, Ashes, and they all fall down. What a cleanup right there in that retake. I mean, RPG are starting to look like that unit you were talking about coming into this map, being a good Sunset team. Because the thing is, Operatives started this off with so much momentum with those 4 rounds, and only 1 being recovered by RPG. So we had, I honestly, personally had different expectations looking at those rounds, but they were only able to manage to recover 1 round win off the back of those first 5 rounds. And so, this is where answers need to start being given, because we're getting very deep into this map, Fish, and right now, Operatives are staring down the barrel of failure in this series. And right now, the fight coming super heavy over here towards Boba. Kyoko gonna try to take it down, but I love the push. But CJ, 2 shots there from the Sheriff, and the work is so nice. 4 on the round for CJ. If you blink, you missed it. And I definitely blinked, because wow.
Oh. CJ, he looks like he's got a bone to pick with Operatives. He's 23-6. completely popping off.
There.
And everything operatives have thrown just on this attack has been countered perfectly.
There.
I'm seeing RPG really get back into momentum. And the last 9 rounds, they won 8.
Grenade.
Right, looking into this rifle here.
Bomb
It's an answer that's going to be required by operatives on this attack right now. And so far, they've caused Izumi to completely concede this space, so they've dotted their I's and crossed their T's coming into this attack right now, at least in this elbow space. But you see on this map here, RPG are exploring extremities elsewhere. They're trying to see what's going on mid here. Try to catch out any lurkers, but right now that plant comes through with the wingman. And they're not looking to really stand at their doorstep. Flashbang comes right on through. Tried to deny any pushes towards CT, but it's not. They're being very patient about this one, operatives. But they're peeking into them. And as I say that, it's just not
Last player
drilled
standing.
in. And CJ taking them down. 3 left standing for the side of RPG. Timely gonna have to give a good answer here. Lands onto the first shot, looking for the second, and there it is. Timely making good work of the rifle right now, and Thrash in hand so far. Kyoko, last one left.
Stealing sight. Cover going out.
And there it is. Thrash comes right on through, ready for the tap onto the spike, and it lands. Timely has handled this so damn well. And this is exactly what operatives needed to get into the game here.
There we go. Operatives, they brought it back every single time. They're just clutches after clutches. I think we actually did see a bit of a DC there, so a bit unfortunate from RPG. But Operatives, they managed to get the win. And looking hot into it. RPG going for a bit more of a mid push here. Not something we've seen from them. I don't think neither team has actually exploited mid too much. It's actually very, very good on this map. Domain is giving the first one to peek through. He's going to peek into Snickerdoodle. Winning his fight. There's the first blood for Rox. And Domain, there we go. He's finally got a pick on the board. Numbers for the side of Operatives. The
CJ!
He's walked all the way through mid, but he's not going to find anything. At least he's going to find the info. Domain actually seems ready for this flank. Oh, the timing.
And the thing
has to
about
know.
flank watch with this comp that they're playing on the side of operatives is it's not enough. Unless you use that vice wall, you don't get that info. And so CJ still pursuing this lurk right now. That is the win con of this round. Dark cover still down towards main wingman.
Planted.
Getting the spike down, but CJ still on the flank. Does take down Zayden off the back of the shrouded step. Gets the first, second, and third, and that is it. Kyoko with the cleanup onto Domain. RPG completely converting that round, and what an error from OPZ there. Not aware of the flank potential.
Well, that is calm aim if I've ever seen it. The first, the second, and the third. And again, it's another hero play to win the round. Hero plays after hero plays, and it's 10-6 for the side of RPG. I mean, if you think about it, when Operatives were up 4-1, do you ever think you'll get to this position?
No. I mean, this seems so unlikely. CJ. Ready with the 0 point here towards A main. Shutting down any fast pushes. And the tempo of this game has shifted so much, Fish. It has been a roller coaster this series.
Shadows traveling.
Finds the press. And RPG just looking to be running straight into point. As I say that, Izumi cleaning up a 4K, using that showstopper. On the bright side, that was actually a bit of a lower buy for Operatives. Not losing too much out there, but they're losing in rounds they can lose.
There.
Rounds just have a bit of a grace period. Now, it's 2 more that separates RPG from the first win of win of the tournament. Oh, of their tournament run.
Find you.
The early
more
honk
of a
coming through, not getting the information. Goes and grabs
bit
that
more-
orb.
It's a bit more of a different setup, well, for RPG. Same with operatives though.
It was a nice attempt. See RPG going for that mid fight early into this round, and Rock's completely shutting one down, but CJ's always good for at least one in these scenarios. Rock's gonna have to concede the space. And you see this time, as we mentioned, that deadlock wall actually invested onto the flank this time. Penguin not aware of the hole created
Spike
there
down A.
after the mid fight, and CJ spike in his palms, and they know that the hit is over towards A. And the shrouded step wasn't even placed in the right spot, so he can't even get it. CJ, how does he get 3 in this round? What is going on with operatives here? I mean, just a blunder. Penguin,
30
left in a
seconds
1v2 scenario, does have spike in hand, full utility. He's done it before. There it is, first pick comes through, 21 HP, but Neural Theft reveals where he is. I'm not sure he's aware that Kyoko has already walked out onto the site. Does spot him as the gun goes away. The shot almost landed, but Kyoko takes him down. I mean, it was scary fish. Wow. But
That was-
nonetheless, RPG landing off that map point and series point at that.
Yeah, that was terrifying. There's so many times you just think the other teams should just win. Everything looks so good. Eyes crossed, eyes dotted, T's crossed.
Claw through them. Shadows traveling.
It's the other team that wins it. Now, Operatives looking to be going towards this B fight, B site. Steel Garden being used. It's just a spam with the classic.
Planted.
Oh, he's able to get one. And now, 2 looking to go flank. Snickerdoodle starts to pull. Freaky CK gets one back. He's going to be hard tagged up, 5 HP. And there we go. There he falls.
Oh my
Go, go.
goodness.
Taking domains there.
One enemy remaining.
Smoke on site and smoke on bomb, but Zayden. Bit of a spam through the smoke.
What's another death?
This really is a Fire Games map if you do that.
I mean, with the map changes coming soon on Sunset, we're not going to be able to see what we just saw as many times. But man, what a performance from CJ. I mean, I'm looking at the leaderboard here. 32, 9, and 10. What a scoreline. I mean, we haven't seen one like that from an initiator in this tournament to date, honestly, if I remember correctly. Definitely a performance well done from himself, but looking into this, that round right there is exactly what Operatives needed. Was handled very well. Paranoia coming off the back of the tap, and Vice went in for the kill. So it's those small micro moments you have to get right this late in the game. I mean, RPG are on series point. You can't be making small errors. Ghosty looking to lock down the site here, but the showstopper coming out from Domain, forcing him out, but he's still dancing around the pillar, and a dance with the devil. He's gonna opt in to take it. Not aware of it. There's the Bucky, comes right on through. It wasn't enough to shut down the push coming from Boba. And right now, we're looking to play another spam fest. Snickerdoodle on that flank again. And they've always been such a thorn in the backside, him and CJ. And a full cleanup comes out from RPG, and the defuse is it. And that's 13-7. 2-0 fashion for RPG in their opening match.
Well. Expected, especially after that first game. But Operatives, on the bright side, they did look a bit better.
Yeah.
Maybe only by a bit, getting 2 more rounds. 7-13, RPG taking the win. And CJ, 451 ACS, 35 and 9 with 12 assists. 3
Yeah,
fast
that's an incredible performance.
He's just been fantastic in these rounds. And really, he showed why he did win last season. VLE.
Yeah, and he was playing with Zeta at that as well. He's also shown these types of numbers being a substitute on other people's rosters. We've seen him on almost, or not even almost, we've seen him on every role, actually, in this tournament. We've seen him on that Viper. We've seen him on Initiator, seen him on Duelist. I mean, he has shown not only that he can frag and put up large numbers for the squad and IGL, but also showing versatility in his agent picks. So he's definitely a force to be reckoned with in this tournament. And CJ, anybody that has him on their team, very scary. And I mean, this series alone, this map alone actually, has got to be heartbreaking for Operatives, because they went down so heavy in Haven. And then coming into Sunset, I mean, things looked really good for them, Fish, starting off. And it just completely got taken away by RPG. OPZ not landing a single round of success after winning those first 4. And it was just complete clean sweep for the second half. And let's talk a little bit about this comp too, because this Vice deadlock, I mean, it caught our eyes immediately in agent selection. And we were, I think it's safe to say, thoroughly impressed by the way it was performing for a little bit on that defense. Although Rox wasn't really dealing with B-site as much as we would like him to. It was a good comp on that defensive side, and the answers just weren't as much on attack. That flank was completely shutting them down in every round. That was the win con for RPG in a lot of rounds. CJ always on that flank, very persistent about it as well. Snickerdoodle in that last round on the flank. I remember one of the rounds they tried to use that Vice wall, you know, to stop it and get that information. The sonic sensors just wasn't enough. The wall still wasn't either. And they can't even use that forward too. Some teams off that plant, they love to use that wall towards the spike and trap them in and maybe get a Raise Nade or a Gecko Mosh Pit in there to shut them down. And they can't even utilize that. So I would assume after the series, Operatives are going to go back to the drawing board and possibly switch out one of these agents for another. I agree with you. That deadlock wasn't quite doing what we were expecting. Maybe a Cypher there instead. Maybe a Cypher Vice. I think they could get a lot more value out of this comp, be a lot more comfortable with that flank watch on attack, but also hold down the sites even better. I don't know, what do you think?
You know, I think you summed it up completely perfectly. There's definitely gonna need to be a bit of a change in comp.
Yeah.
Maybe towards Double Initiator, maybe towards Double Sentinel. But I think the changes are actually gonna come out before we see them play again. So maybe you don't have to worry about it too much.
I'm actually glad you mentioned that, because you know what? This comp that OPZ played could be that answer, actually. Right? We saw the changes, and it's mostly to B-side. I mean, we had that small mid change, right? But I mean, the changes that we saw towards B-side, a lot bigger towards backside. You've got that extra ramp space, right? It's a bit of a hut. It's like Lotus A site in the middle there. A or C, I always mix up the bomb sites. But you got that little hut in the middle of the site as well, and towards B main, you don't have that box to hide behind either for the spam, too. There's only a box on the right side. It's completely open from there, right? So this might be the comp that they were prepping for that sunset. And to be honest with you, you know, just looking at B-side alone, Cypher didn't have as many things that he could do there as in this current sunset. But I still think he's viable, to be honest with you. Although you have to place more conventional tripwires if you're going to play for that B site, or just go for the kill trips, I still think that Cypher might be an answer here for Operatives. Not only for the defense that they were struggling with later in the rounds, but also for that attack, because there was just no passive information being held. Vice wall, it's an easy jump spot, and then just leave. Deadlock, you can just walk past the sonic sensors. And that passive information, especially on Sunset, when you want to prioritize your utility towards other extremities, is so important if you don't spend a body there. And the other thing about Vice and Deadlock too is they're not great lurk agents. They're really good on those exits. You got that Deadlock for the grab net paired with the Raise Nade or Mosh Pit to get those entrenched positions out of the site. So Deadlock very good on the takes, and then setting up those sonic sensors to stop any retakes. But then you've also got the Vice, who could put down a wall for traps and even get the Arc Rose flash, you know, ready for the takes. So no true lurk potential other than the Omen here, who also needs to be towards the site. So I do expect to see a comp change here from Operatives. But talking on the flip side of RPG, I mean, I think they've shown that this comp is pretty good. I had a lot of question marks in my head when I saw the Fade KO at first, but I mean, just an exceptional job.
Yeah, you said it. Just from the opposite side, definitely a comp change. And RPG, absolutely exceptional. But I'm just thinking about it. How much was that CJ just had an absolutely fantastic game? How much is that is repeatable? And
Yeah.
I think RPG, I know RPG, they're going to change their comp. They've always done it. Always trying to always trying to prepare. And they are preparing to play Celestial Titans, 4 PM EST on Sunday the 27th of October.
Yep.
And for OPRITIVZ, playing a bit later, November 3rd, same day, same time, against ILH. Bit of a
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen that played a lot of times. I think we actually talked about that in the ILH versus Celestial Titans game.
And the thing about Group C just after this match, Fish, is, I mean, it's just a repeat of the LCQ from Cup 1. We've got OPRITIVZ versus ILH in that lower bracket for Group C. So it's going to be very interesting because I think the last time that matchup happened, OPRITIVZ actually beat ILH. So coming into this, they have a chance, but the only issue that I have with that is, I mean, this is the same group that's got Celestial, you said it yourself, Celestial Titans in it, right? And then Red Panda Gaming, who just shown a dominant performance. My expectations in Group C is that Red Panda Gaming and Celestial Titan qualify, 100%. But one of OPRITIVZ or ILH still have a chance to show something here. I mean, and they have to, right? And it's all depending on that bottom bracket.
I completely agree with you, but maybe ILH or OPRITIVZ, they can take this time. They have a significant amount of time. November 3rd, what's that? 14 days, actually. 2 weeks to prepare for the next game. For 2 weeks, they can spend cooking.
Yeah. Yep, so they've got 2 weeks to get ready for that, and I mean, that is exactly what they need to do here. Prep work wasn't looking too strong here on this map, but to be honest, folks, I mean, what a crazy series we just watched, and we are in awe just as much as you are of how much rounds that we got to see out of the Sunset map. I mean, it was a treat to watch, and what a performance from everybody here. But later on, 9 PM EST, we do have another matchup tonight for you guys. Fanatical Radiance versus Equinox Esports. Two rosters here, Fish, that we actually haven't seen yet in this tournament. And we had a couple matches like that, and it was really exciting. So, honestly, I don't know what to expect going into that matchup, but I know Storch is casting that one with me, and usually on the cast, him and I have a lot to say about these teams, looking at the ranked stats. So, when we go and do our, preparation for that match, I'm really excited to see what we find because it's a very unknown matchup. But do you personally have anything to say about that one?
I really have nothing to say. Well, both teams have kind of cool names, but I haven't seen either of them play. I don't even know who's on the roster.
Yeah. Completely unknown faces here. So, folks, I'm excited to get into that matchup, but it'll be at 9 PM EST. So we're going to go ahead and end stream here, but thank you so much for joining us for Red Panda Gaming versus OPRITIVZ. We'll see you on the other side.